Igor, thank you so much for taking time out and speaking to us on Tyagi Talks. This is what my YouTube channel is called, and I'm really grateful that you decided to spare some time, even when you're spending time with your family, even when you're just becoming a grandfather.
Thank you
Again,
so much, dear Anant. It's great to see you. I was missing you last few months.
it's not been an easy run, right? I mean, you started with an 11 match winless run, I remember, and there was a lot of pressure on you also because you were still coming to grips, and then COVID happened. I remember you won the SAF Cup in 2021, Igor, and 2022 started with losses to Bahrain, to Belarus, and to Jordan. But since then, India have only lost one game to Vietnam, and they've been on an 11 match unbeaten run ever since. What has changed, you think, from that 11 match winless run to this 11 match unbeaten run that you see the transition? PIO players or no PIO players, that's separate. But what you have in the squad, how have they managed to turn this around under you?
Listen, with our boys and with this squad, sincerely, I'm telling you, if you give me enough time, no team will come out on the pitch against us and enjoy a good time. That's what I can promise you. But there is another point. I cannot promise you winning great teams with this. I cannot promise you that. And I don't mean we don't stand a chance. We do stand a chance against anyone. That was clearly proven at the beginning of my work going to Qatar after having that sad loss against Oman at home, which could have defined the qualifiers in a very different way. But don't forget that we had a 6-week camp prior to that. Don't forget that. And when you mentioned those friendly games throughout pandemic, when we played Belarus, Bahrain and these, we were going to that game one day prior to the game. I had a half of the team reaching the city where we played the game 1.5 hours prior to the game. I'm not accepting that anymore. No, you will not have Igor Štimac with such organization and such things, because our followers, they don't know what's going on. Our supporters can only see the result and the performance, quality of the performance. And that's how they judge me. But I will not give myself anymore to be exposed in a such bad and poor way, having such a bad organized trips, not having visas on time and certain things, No, not anymore. If we want to go there to top 10, then we need to behave and act like these top 10 countries. And this is not that about any kind of a salary their coaches are getting there. No, because, and I will mention that, don't forget that our staff is paid only 1/4 of the average salary of one head coach of top 15 Asian countries. All our staff. This might be and sound a lot for Indian people, but all Indian coaching staff is paid only 25% of the average salary of one head coach in top 15 countries in Asia. So, going where we're going to go, where we want to go, requires changes in all aspects. Camp durations, priority. You want a result, we need more time for that. Is it possible? I'm telling you it is. It is. It is. Country comes first, always. And then we think how we sort out other things. Broadcast, ISL games. Do we stop the league? Do we allow ISL clubs to use more foreigners instead of the national team players who are absent? Why not? Many possibilities are there. Give opportunity for those who are giving 6-7 players to postpone their game. Why to stop the league? Just postpone 1 game, 2 games. Then you will find time when to play it. We need to make sure we play the season throughout April and May. Elections or no elections, what elections got to do with football? Why we need to stop the league because election is coming? Those are the things which needs to be done and changed. So we cannot think differently from all these countries who achieved to be part of top 8 in Asia. Let's not forget how much money they are investing. Several hundreds times more than India. So how are we going to get there? What, with same kind of investment? without structured football for under 17, under 18, under 19, no competitions at the crucial age. We started baby leagues, grassroots leagues, but that will take 15 to 18 years for players to develop to the highest level. But not in this way. We need foreign coaches there. Exactly. Good developmental coaches. Now, what's another point? We need the guys who are there, obviously, using government stadiums to build the stadiums, football stadiums. That's the investment in football. You cannot keep using government stadiums, renting stadiums, having problems with athletes, having training sessions at the same time, and all that. These are the investments, crucial investments. Training pitches. Each club needs to have a proper training pitch with 6 to 8 football pitches, indoor for the weather conditions ready there because we have a problem with the monsoon season and all that. So these are investments. Investments are not bringing foreign players to India. That's not investments which kind of brings prosperity to Indian football. Yes, in a way that our players will advance their game, but the foreign players bring also problems to us because when my players come to the national team, we lose 7 to 10 days every time for them to find out that there is no foreign players on the pitch. They need to do it by themselves. You see, there are advantages and things which are not going in your favor when we speak about everything. So, anyway, the coaches were being great in ISL last couple of years. Had a wonderful relation. I'm sorry not to see some of them with us anymore because too many changes are happening in ISL at the head coach position. You cannot expect from one coach you employ that he comes to India in 1 month, he makes you the team and gets the results. That's not possible. We need to choose good coaches like we were doing. All these coaches I've seen in India were very good, believe me. But these guys need the time. They need longer contracts. You need to speak about coach, about his vision, long-term plans, how he can help your club. Not changing the coach every year from season to season and then changing the philosophy and then players become confused. And, it's not helping the national team also. And I have a feeling that in the past few years, it's been everything reverse from what it should be. Actually, the national team was working for the clubs. Apart from wonderful coaches who were opening the door for the youngsters and backing them up. Never mind, they were doing bad or good, they were there, they were playing. And that was really important for us, But most of the time I had a half of the team because I knew from the beginning 11 players I want to start with. But every time there was 4 or 5 of them with injuries and few of them on the bench, not playing in ISO or playing different position. And then I need to do all the work to bring these players back, to lift up their disappointment of the actual situation within the club and bring them into the form and then send them back. It should be reverse. I should be able to pick up the best performing player from ISL, which is still so small with 12 clubs there. We need 20 clubs there to create a bigger pool of players for the national team. We don't have a big players, especially speak about attacking positions and centre-back position. You see, we have so many fullbacks, we have so many wingers, so much competition on this position and defensive midfielders, but where are the scorers? Who is going to replace one day our friend? Who? And how? If we have only foreign players in the top 2 tiers and we are not accepting that we need to change something there, how are we going to change? Either we allow POI players to represent the country on these positions, at least on these positions. I'm not saying give us fullbacks from POI pool or wingers. We have these. I need a striker, attacking midfielder. I need another option on the centre back position. So there are possibilities to change things, and I'm not a coach who is thinking of if it happens one day, to replace our actual players with 11 POI players. No. The soul needs to be there, Indian.
Why were you so angry during the tournaments, especially in the SAF Cup?
I was so much and so deep into it, and I was becoming angry throughout last 4+ years with all the referees wherever we went, wherever we played, pushing our team off the pitch with their decisions.